This clip is brought to you by Mind Bullet. Increase focus for work or working out. Enjoy this clip.
What is a cold plunge for you? Because I don't think you've been doing it for a really long time, but what are you noticing? Like, what's it doing? Noticing any difference in like cognitive behavior, or like, what do you think it's doing for you?
So the resilience aspect is a big deal, because going into like freaking 38-degree water, it's cold. It shocks you. But one thing is, I feel like it helps with just mental resilience. You know what I mean? So a lot of people find it hard to focus on things for a good period of time, or they find that things sway them one way or the other. I think a lot of people have mentioned, and I notice it too, it does help me with that. Another thing, though, is the inflammation aspect of things. There have been multiple days that I've gone into my cold plunge of, like, let's say that I felt something in my back, or something was just feeling, my body was feeling kind of wonky. I hop in there for a few minutes, I come out, and I feel fucking good. And I'm like, placebo. Like, I'm really trying to pay attention to this for a while after. Like, how do I feel? And quite literally, I just feel really, like, my body, it's like that, whatever I had, I don't feel it anymore, right? So one thing that we do know is that cold plunging does literally reduce and stop inflammation that's going on, which is why it's not suggested that you do it after a lifting session. You don't want to go into a cold plunge after you lift, because the inflammation and all the things that are happening post-lift, you want that to happen. You want that to spur growth. But in the morning, when I'm trying to get my day started, that's something that is good for me to do at that point in time.
Maybe several hours later would be fine too, right? It's not going to matter. Like, if you lifted in the morning and you cold plunge like at 2 o'clock, probably not going to be a negative, right?
Not going to do that at all.
What
not
about
a
pre-workout plunge?
A pre-workout plunge? You know, that, so after I cold plunge, my body is residually, like, even when I go take a shower, I'm still having mini shivers for about an hour or two. And the interesting aspect of it is, I haven't even talked about the fat loss things, but there's, because of the increased movement and what shivering does, a lot of people have shown that it does help with a little bit of extra fat loss. I'm not doing it for that, but that is a benefit of doing that. And I shiver, like, afterwards, I am shivering for maybe 2 hours, even when I come in here, even after I take a warm shower, because my body is trying to get back to normal, right? So there is that too. A pre-workout plunge, I've never done it, but hey, it's maybe not problematic.
Maybe quite a bit shorter, so that way maybe you're not like messing with your body temperature. You know, if you did it for like a minute, that might be good, because then you might be like hyped. I'm just speculating. I have no idea.
You're right. But I could, I could see somebody doing that, just hopping into a cold plunge real quick, 30 seconds,
popped out, smashed on some push-ups and some kettlebell swings. You'd probably be pretty fired up, right?
I'm just thinking,
feel that, dude,
because I work out in the morning. You know, if I would cold plunge, I would probably have to do it in the morning like you, but then I would
do it before. You would do it before.
The cold plunge stuff is interesting, but you know, the thing is, with cold plunge and with sauna, something that I think is really important for people to recognize is you're going to elevate your heart rate a little bit, and it will mimic exercise just a pinch. So for those people that kind of hate to exercise, they don't really enjoy it, they don't really love it, or somebody that is either injured, or someone who is a little older and just doesn't have the same output that they used to have, you're burning some calories from that stuff. However you can implement, I'm not saying it's like this crazy fat burner. I'm not saying it's going to, help you burn an additional 1,000 calories a day, but hey, every little bit helps.
Absolutely. And there was something you just mentioned right there. As far as the cold plunge is concerned, the breathing. So I wear my Apple Watch when I cold plunge, and it is, what happens is, initially when you get in there, like, right, your heart rate, like my heart rate goes up to like 130, 140, but that breath control. This is what some people forget. I go to this place called Asha Urban Baths, and I notice when people go into the cold plunge there, they get out after like 15, 20 seconds, but they get out because they can't control their breathing. You're supposed to get in there. It's extremely uncomfortable. Your body doesn't feel good, but throughout that, you slow down your breathing, and you notice that, like my Apple Watch, heart rate goes up to 140, then it starts going down to 120, 110, 80,
Probably
60.
pretty smart to have something that monitors your heart when you go in there. Probably a good idea.
Yeah, and then it goes all the way down to like 55, and it's just like, once it's there, you're just like, you're chilling. But that gives you, Wim Hof talks a lot about it, but that ability to control your breath, and that allows you to control your mood. And think about this, when stress hits you during any point, there are a lot of other things than cold plunging that you can do to train yourself to handle stress. But that is literally a direct way to train yourself calming down from extreme stress, because that doesn't feel good. It feels good when you're relaxed, but it doesn't feel good initially. So Power Project family, I hope you enjoyed this clip. We are on Discord and Reddit. We're trying to talk to you guys and build a community down there. So the links are in the bio. But remember, like, comment, subscribe, share this out with people so you can share the wealth of health. As cheesy as that fucking sounds. Peace.